let's forget about it. Let's make a painting, and we're gonna start putting water, of course. I'm not gonna even sit. I don't know why I sit every single time I spin the brush, and then I sit, and then I stand up again. It's like, it's way better to stand up, center the paper, and then sit down. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm start doing something a little bit different. I start putting the paper and then adding the water right under the edge. And I think that's helping a lot with the suction of the paper and keep everything kind of. Well, I still gotta put some water on the edges, but it's kind of okay. It's keeping everything under control and not let the paper move around too much. We're gonna add this color. What is this? Opal yellow. All right. Let's put it here. You see, it's like it's not doing it right now. Doesn't want to cooperate. Come on, buddy. Don't be like this. I really don't want to use tape. I feel like it's become way too technical. And don't get me wrong, tape is masking tape is probably the best way to go, because you're gonna create a natural, excuse me, natural matting, and also in the same time you're gonna have very nice, stable area to work, because the paper is not gonna move anywhere. One thing I don't like, and that's personal thing, of course, I don't like the preparation. The reason I don't like it is because it's too much technical. I don't like it. I want this whole thing to be very spontaneous and all that stuff. If you believe in that kind of stuff, of course, or it's like mumbo jumbo stuff. All right, almost dry brush on the foreground. Now, this is where I put all the water, so it's gonna be a good idea to kind of blend it. There you go. But we're gonna use sea blue black. Maybe I should put it here. Sea blue black and this opal. I don't know how to say it, man. I know it's one of those, so someone correct me. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna be very dramatic. Usually I like dramatic stuff. I like drama, in general speaking. And I think most of the people, they love drama too. They like to create drama, and I don't think most people admit that. But, you know, it's what we are. You know, life will get the best of us. It is what it is, man. Yellow. So we can have a nice bright sky. There we go. Maybe I should get a second brush for only for bright colors. Never mind. Let's put the big boy in the mix. I'm gonna add a lot of orange here. Clean the brush completely and start moving that around so we can have a nice yellow kind of ish color going around. A little bit more, actually. And maybe a touch of bluey. There we go. There is no wrong answers, especially for the sky. I think that's one of the reasons I really like doing clouds is you can't go wrong with the colors there. And the simple reason for that is, like, I've seen it all. I mean, I didn't see it all, but, you know, that's the phrase. But I've seen a lot of sky, and there's like all kind of different colors, man. It's not a one color you can actually say, oh, that doesn't exist. No, the skies got pretty much everything. And I hope you're ready for the most tedious thing in the world, making the clouds fluffy. And if you watch my videos lately, I do a lot of clouds. Actually, I do only clouds, by the way, when I think about it. And boy, I love that part. I can do that forever. Well, not forever, but I'd rather do other stuff forever, you know. But I can do that for a very long time. And what I'm doing right now is pretty much clean my brush and make the clouds a little bit more fluffy. Simply tapping using the flat side of the brush and keep going and just playing around. One thing, a lot of people I feel like because I'm judging by me. Every time I say a lot of people, by the way, don't get confused. I don't mean like I make any research or something. I compare myself, what I used to do, to what I'm doing right now. And I'm assuming if I did it, probably someone else did it too. And the reason for that way of thinking, of course, is I'm not anything special. We are pretty much all the same. We all came to the same conclusions at some point in our lives. You know, some later, some people never, but generally speaking, we come to the same conclusion. What is important? What is this? What is that? So every time when I say most of the people, what I really mean is I represent myself pretty much. What I used to think, and I'm assuming a lot of people think in the same way. So that's what I mean. Man, that's a lot of explanation to say what I want to say. But anyway, so most of the people like think clouds are going to be something hard and difficult, and they are abstract and by themselves. They're probably the most abstract thing in the world, created by nature. So I don't think you can really go wrong. And you can see, by the way, we're taking some of the paint from here and adding another layer of clouds here. So let's look more like going on, more dramatic. It's like that, pretty dramatic what we're doing here. Of course, I'm gonna add water here. Go left and right. There you go. Now I'm not sure about the whole situation here. I know I want to remove some paint on the top, just because I don't want it to be too busy. But I'm not sure about here. Excuse me. And here I can add some light from the top. And I think that's going to be just perfectly fine. Don't do it too much because you don't want to create destroy the textures here. And of course you got to decide, is that a water or is something else? And I think I'm going to go with the water. So I'm going to take some of the bluey and just going around. There we go. And just take a lot of paint. It's almost dry, by the way, everything. Even if I just put some water here, that doesn't mean much because it's I just put it on. Take the palette knife, and we're gonna use the palette knife to create this first bright spots, and second to create this kind of lines. Now, of course, here is the thing that we need to decide. Do we want to add some reflection from that clouds, or we don't? And if I add the reflections, probably I can add anything else. If I don't add reflection, then I need to come up with something that I want to add in the water, like maybe a boat or something like this. So I think I'm gonna do the reflection. And when we talk about reflection, I really mean just remove some of the paint. Another thing you don't have to stress out. A lot of people are afraid from reflection. You don't need to go crazy on it. People are not stupid. People will understand. Of course, if you're going for like a hyperrealism or academic realism or something like this, you will, of course, want to follow the specific rules. But in this case, I'm just going to make everything blurry, and I will call it reflection. There we go. And everything that is not blurry, I will call it whatever water it is. Now, once you do this, by the way, you can actually make a little bit darker around, so you can have more kind of contrasty area. And that's totally fine, totally acceptable if you want to show up that reflection a little bit. There we go. Better. Yeah. And of course, at this point, I don't want to keep going because it's going to start looking more and more realistic, and we don't want to do this. One thing we can do, actually, is we can add a couple of birds. And when we say a couple of birds, we really mean like a bunch of dots. Just to be something there, to break that whole area. And there we go. Watercolor, abstract, landscape.